YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, welcoming you back to check this out. The show we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at, and everyone says a good old time playing it. Today, everybody, we have another deck via our Discord, and it's DDDs, those different dimension demons. One of the most convoluted and yet also potent decks of all time. So we got ourselves our Pendulum Boys, where we're going to be showing off this deck, showing off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and we'll have ourselves a good old time. So, big course. Big old shout out to Mr. The First Alchemist who sent us this deck. He sent it us via our Discord, and we got a few more decks on that to do, but for now, we're going to go into it and show off what DDD's got to show. So, of course, if you want the whole deck list, it's going to be at the end as always. It's also going to be up on the Discord as well. So, let's go right into it. Don't forget to have all the good buttons blow if you want to help the channel out. And in another word, let's get right into the action. Alright, everybody, it's time for our first opponent, another dead, another card game. So we're going to be trying to go first, but we can also just as well go second with this deck. It really just depends on the hand you get. You know, DDD's very convoluted, very, very big deck. A lot of different combos. Typically you read the spreadsheet, but I was too lazy to do that, and I'm not going to do that. So what do we have here? Let me think here. I mean, it's not terrible. Let's give it a start. Let's go for DD Savant Copernicus. He's basically Foolish Barrel in this deck. To allow me to just send a dude to the graveyard. This might, hopefully, bait out something of my opponents. Don't know what yet, but him baiting that out, always a good thing. So Copernicus will go off, so that's neat. So let's go ahead and ditch Necro Slime for later. Now that we have a DD boy on the board, we're going to summon out our DD Griffon. We're going to just need a couple monsters on the board so we get things started up. Just a little bit started up, and we'll be all started up there, boys. Alright, so we got DD Griffin here. And remind me what this guy does again. Discard a card, draw a card. When Pendulum summoned. That's right. Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to go into DDD Abyss King Gurugamesh. He's our Link 2 boy, and when he is pretty potent. When Link summoned, I can set any two scales I want from the deck. I mean, they have to be DDDs, but obviously they had to be DDD cards. So we're going to go for our boys, a Zero Lapras. And I could go for Machinus, but that will not let me use its effect, so typically what I like to go into, me personally, I like Zero King Rage. One, because he looks epic. Also, he negates damage once per turn. Not the damage from it being played, however. That's the one thing it doesn't do. But that's not a big deal. Now we got our Pendulum Scale set up. We're going to go for Copernicus, Griffon, and let's see. I kind of want to keep the dog. Let me think. Kind of want to keep the dog draw a card. Then again, the dog is fine just as is. Because if my opponent special summons something, which if I get my way they won't be doing, this will allow me to negate stuff. So let's go into these three. Good old Copernicus, good old Griffon, and I would love to, but this lets me steal stuff, and this really lets me steal stuff, so I'm fine with leaving Griffin just by himself. He's fine. So let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead into this boy. Good old DDD Wave King Caesar. Alright, and we'll be good there during the, you know, this Bailey's going to just bring back a whole bunch of I'm sounding like Boomhauer right now. Talking too fast. But yeah, we got Demon King Caesar here. If I detach material on my opponent's turn, my boys get destroyed, I can bring back my boys. Which will be very useful. As it stands, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and make my boy, detach, let's see, what was it? Detach two materials or destroy Dark Contract card I control. I think I'll just leave it as is. No need to overcomplicate things. We have ourselves a decent enough open start. I've got Wave King Caesar, protecting my boys, bringing stuff back. I've got the dog, which is pretty neat. I also have this thing. This is pretty much the nastiest card in the deck, which is Dark Contract of Eternal Darkness. Well, I have two DD cards in the Pendulum Zone. My opponent can't target cards with Spell Trap cards on the board. Cards can't be tributed, summoned, or used as material for fusion, synchros, and what have you. So, I don't know what this dude's doing, but I'm going to be like, Dark Contract. Welcome to law school, son. Welcome to law school. You didn't read the fine print here. So what does Insect Invitation do again? I don't remember. Face a monster controls that were not summoned this turn become bugs. He's trying to use the Cocoon of Evolution on me. Well, sadly, that's not going to work anymore, because again, you can't target with spell traps. Let's see. Opponent's insect monster. When an insect battles, you can target a card your opponent controls and card your opponent controls. Destroying cards, I see. Let's see. What is this doing on summon? Okay, equip an insect from hand or grave to this card to equip spell. Okay, we'll allow him to do that much. We will allow that to happen. He's got Goku poles set up. Insight battles. Target a card opponent. You control the card opponent controls destroy. Yeah. Oh! Just immediately going for... Oh! You can still go for ulti buff. Okay. That's fine. So Goku pole might be popping something. But let's go ahead, just in case. We're going to use the DD Dogs effect. Just in case he stops the DD Headhunt. You know? Might as well negate Ultimate Great Moth. Might as well. Or bid out more things. That works too. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and hedge bets here. Let's see here. 7 Betty monsters destroyed in the graveyard. No. No, not yet. No, I think we're good. We have to be patient. Gotta be patient when fighting the Bugman. Alright, so Goki Pole can then, let's see. Add a bug, add a normie, summon it, destroy a monster with attack greater or equal to that monster's attack. Okay. But did not get that. He's going for Ragnaraikas. Okay. The Ragnaraikas are pretty beefy. They're also pretty buggy. I assume this is just like a bug deck. But it could also be like, there's probably Ragnaraikas all that in the extra deck, but this seems to be pretty straightforward. Just a bug deck. Nothing wrong with that. Just a big old bug deck. So, destroy a spell trap on the field. No! I was going to use that. He's probably going to destroy my dark contract so we can do it for all of his stuff now. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Okay. I wish this guy was level 8. If he had been level 8, that would have been great, because then I could really use DD Headhunt here. But it's neither here. Let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and activate DD Headhunt, and I'll steal your big old bug. This big old bug is my big old bug now. Alrighty. So now we have the Ultimate Great Moth on the board. As explained earlier, this is, of course, Ultimate Bug Turbo, the DDD variant, so already succeeded there, so that's great. Let's see what we do. Tributed DDD Monster. Tempting offer, tempting offer. I gotta think about that one real hard. Real hard. Let me think. So I can make Machina using up my great bug here. I think I got, unless there's something else on this thing. I think we've got game, but we'll find out in a second. Because I can't attack with the Ultimate Moth. Remind me what this thing does. Attack guns, don't let monsters attack. Attacks defense, inflicts piercing damage. Which is not bad. Alright. Let's go ahead and get off Ultimate Great Bug. And summon out Destiny King Zero Laplas. Pretty nasty big bug of a monster. Can beat over a lot of different things and do piercing damage. Let's see what it also has some other. It has a lot of effects. It's one of those cards. It's like a wall of text. Like you know what it does, but you don't want to read the whole thing. So we'll just go with that one. Let's see here. No, we're good. So let's just activate Laplace's effect. Go to 2,000. Do a clean 1,000. See, normally when you're playing DDDs, you're the one taking 1,000 points of damage like, constantly. But in this case, many monsters try to turn apart. No, I'm good. We're good. Although I do kind of wish I had more monsters in the graveyard. Maybe I linked things off. It's like I said, it's fine. Not a big deal. You know, it's nice to just have Necro Slime just chilling in the graveyard in case I do need it. You know, just like to have him around, just a backup fusion if I need it. That's what it's good for. So we're pretty set at the moment. I've got Laplace and all those protections and all those beat-over tactics. I've got good old Gilgamesh, which I'm thinking if I should just go for Makima. But I don't have a Dark Contract card is the thing. So that one, I can't really make good use of Makima. Let's see. Target DD, destroy it, get another Pendulum Summon. See, the problem is with this, normally you want to have the DD, the Dark Contracts, on the board. I've got them in the graveyard, but I need like them face up on the board to do certain things. That's why you want to go for the Dark Contract. You want to go the Dark Contract with the King. You want to get the Dark Contract and the, the field spell, all that good stuff. What is this? Alright, he turned me into bugs. Bugging me like that. Okay, so he's got Hex Ringe. And my opponent surrenders. Alrighty. Well, That was one of the more straightforward DDD duels I've ever seen in my life. You know, we didn't get into all the things we wanted to get into, but we still able to do stuff. You know, as long as you can get into Gilgamesh, you're gonna get your scale set up, make some nice big monsters, just kind of roll with it from there. And hey, I had a pretty nasty trap on the board that would stop my opponent from most extra deck summoning things. You know, he was able to cheat out the one thing, but that was a bit of a fluke, that one. But you know, that's kind of what DDDs want to do. Just get out the scales, get a whole bunch of big monsters on the board, and then just start hitting your opponent. So let's go ahead for duel number 2. Show off more what this deck can do, because there is a lot more it can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. I knew it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go first here. And what do we got for our hand? Okay, got the dark contracts to start them up. Always glad to see. What is this? Summons a monster from the hand. You say, well, that kind of sucks a little bit. Okay. We're going to start with our dark contract with the gate. One of our main start 'em up options. This card, I can search at any DD monster from my deck. And in this case, there's a lot of things I can go into, obviously. But I'm going to go for the new stuff. We're going to go for our Doom Queen Machinex. I'm going to activate this 0 scale card. And during the turn it's played, once per turn, I get to add myself another dark contract. Very important. We're going to go for the 0 king on the board. And we're going to use its effect. We're going to pop the Machinus. I know it's weird, but we're going to pop her and summon out another monster. This is where we go into Surveyor. Where is Surveyor? Where is... there he is. Going to go for Count Surveyor. You played the wrong Fubo, son. Alright, so we're going to go for Count Surveyor. We'll summon out well, he adds to the hand another monster. And I have it normal summoned. But I don't want to normal summon. But I do. Okay, well, he'll get a draw or two. I can't really... I have to do stuff, you know what I mean? So we're going to normal summon DD7 Kepler. Yeah, he'll get a search or whatever. But I get to search as well. I'm going to go ahead and search another Dark Contract card. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and get Dark... Well, actually, hold on. Let me think about this. Do I want Eternal... I love Darkness because it's, like, really, really potent. Because my opponent can't tribute summon and whatnot with this on the board. But I just noticed this guy has no extra deck. So this is probably... Let's see, it's not Monarchs. It could be the new BS stuff. It's one of the two. It's hard to say which, but it's one of those two. Regardless of which, let's go ahead into our big boy, DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh, and set up our pendulum scales. Let's go ahead and get the usual gruesome twosome, good old Renji here. And we'll get, where is our, there he is, good old Zero Paradox. We'll take our damage, not a big deal. And let me think about this. Let me think. I do have 2 DDs, but the wrong... I need DDD. It's a thing with our Xyz monster. He specifically needs DDD cards. I don't know why, but that's the case. So, alright, he'll get a couple draws out of me. I could do less, but this will be fine. It's totally okay. Totally okay. So let me think about this. Oh, now he goes into... Okay, sir. Let's see here. Activate our field spell. Dark Contract with the patent license. So my opponent doesn't have any... He doesn't have Fusion Secret Exceeds or Links. So, really doesn't help that much in this thing. But if it leaves the board, I do get to recover a card, so that's something. So the question is, do I steal one of my opponent's cards or pop one of their cards? I guess, for now, we'll set our Dark Contract with Ovich and see where this goes. We'll see. It really just depends on, again, what is this? We don't yet know what deck this is. It could be either BS or it could be the typical Monarchs deck or something of the like. But then again, even BS would play an extra deck. It's true Dracos. Okay. I think I should stop that. So let's go for Dark Contract with Ovich. I'm going to go ahead and ditch one of my traps and blow up his Dargonic Attack Fragment. I don't want him to willy-nilly get searches. Also, my monsters do get bigger, during my opponent's turn, thanks to my Dark Contract, but it's only an attack point, so... No, I have it if I need it. So what are we up against? Yeah, Magister's Murden. No! The Ghost! He was the one with the most! How dare you. Alright, so this dude's gonna be... Well, he's just doing true Draco stuff. It's nothing too intuitive or nothing. Granted, he's going to... He's gonna be tributizing some. Getting a couple boys on the board. That's true. I should have put these in attack mode. What was I thinking? He gets to pop one back row, but that doesn't really affect us too much. Not really. Not especially. I mean, he can only beat over 2 of my monsters. That leaves me with a... Oh. He didn't even attack. I don't think he could not attack. Odd. Anyway, we're going to be taking 1,000 damage for each of these, because that's how these cards work. But thanks to Reiji here, I think I only take damage from one of these cards. Unfortunately, this activates the effects of my opponent's monsters, and he gets everything he wants in the world. So I assume he's going to go for the trap. Yeah, this is the one that sets the traps, obviously. He's going to get the Apocalypse Trap. He doesn't have any other true kings at the moment, so he's not going to go for anything else. Yeah, at some point, Majesty's Murden, probably after I activate Dark Contract with the Gate, will get him a monster. Alright. Here's what 'tis, I suppose. This is what must have to do when facing off against the Dracos, but at the very least, we stopped him getting Dragonic Diaphragm started. That would have been bad. That would have been really bad. Let's see. In the post-main phase, you can immediately attribute something to True Draco. Yeah, if he goes for Master Piss, that could be bad. That could be a potential ouchie situation. So let me think about where I want to go with this. I have an idea. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to animate our Dark Contract with the Abyss. We're going to get ourselves another DDD monster. Which I just realized, I should have put King DDD on these sleeves. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, I saw Count Surveyor, he's a great searcher. I'm like, what's the funniest name of a place I've ever heard of? PP Island. That's right. Very, very, very childish humor, but it's also relevant here. Alright, so, is there anybody in my graveyard? I mean, I have DD Ghost in the graveyard. Let me think about this. This works on only normal summons, that's true. Alright. Penum Summon, Vice King Requiem, come forth! So probably force him to use Apocalypse so he can negate my stuff or whatever. Well, actually, no, he has to target another card, so he wouldn't be able to use Apocalypse here to do anything unless he's playing to Tribute Summon. Okay. So now that he's doing nothings, I think it's time we do... I kind of want to run him over. If that makes sense. Let me think if I have enough damage to do that with. I'm going to have to risk it for the biscuit to do it. I summon out DD Night Howl. Allows me to revive a DD monster in the grave. Wait, what? But DD Ghost in the graveyard. What the heck? Target DD in the grave summon. It cannot special summon except for fiends. Okay, I don't agree with that at all, but it's what it says. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Now we're just going to have to go for these two. I summon Caliuga! The most vicious of all creatures! My opponent can do nothing in the face of this man's drip, and I've negated all of his nonsense. So now we can just punch his monsters in the face. Just as God intended. Because that's how this game was meant to be played, is monsters dueling with each other. Not all of this. But yeah, anyway, my rant aside, that's our penultimate boss right there. Caliuga. And he does let me nuke my opponent's background, which I will do in a second, just to hedge bets here. I don't think he can come back from this. I would be very surprised if he can come back from this. But we'll see. You never know. I mean, he'll be able to pop my stuff, obviously, but I'm not really worried about him destroying one card or two. Not when he has a brick like Masterpiece in the hand. So let's go ahead, continue on with Caliuga, detach material, and pop that back row. I mean, pops mine too, but that's, yeah, again, I'm fine with this. Because I have my DD Headhunt, and I have a monster for it, so we're all good. Monarch Zero, that would have been bad. That would have been pretty gosh darn bad. Alright, so I get one dude back. do I want? I'm thinking Kepler. Yeah, Kepler. Kepler sounds like an excellent idea here. Because then I can use that to search me more cards and stuff. So we'll set up our DDD hunt, just in case we need it. And I could go for Machina, but again, I don't have the card set up to do that. So we'll end our turn. It's all good. Machina, you see him played in a lot of like strats and things, but you need to either have multiple materials on him, or you gotta have like the DD continuous cards on the board. And my opponent, as I would expect, he did surrender. He at least he didn't give up right away. He put in some effort right there. So commend all the Draco player for at least sticking through it. But yeah, that's the power of yugioh. He is the game ender. That is his whole shtick. So good on us for duel number 2. Let's keep going. Let's go for duel number 3. We're showing up good bits of the deck. We still have a lot of extra deck stuff to do, so we'll try to get as much of that done as we can at the third duel. But for that, let's just go into it. Let's just go into it. No more talking. Get the DDDs going. All minute place time for the third opponent to fight in third. Going all through all the good stuff. Ah, I see. We're going to match hands there. Good old high five. Oh. All right. For one of those rare days, I'm actually getting the rock, paper, scissors going. All right, what do we have for a hand? At least you get one thing. As long as you can get your startups, you're good. So we're going to activate our dark contract with the gate. It's kind of a weird card because you can barely see the gate in this artwork. I've always thought it's kind of weird that it's called dark contract with the gate, and you can barely see the gate in general. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go for our Doom Queen and get things rolling. So this guy's called Kava, but he's only got 7 cards in the extra deck, so that's really weird. That is a really weird something, so I don't know what this is going to be. It could be Blue Eyes, but I'm a little worried. Wait a minute. What if it's the good version of Blue Eyes? Like, not just, synchro spam. That would be pretty cool. Alright, but yeah, let's go ahead for our DD Count Surveyor. I haven't normal summoned that, so I already have all the DD cards I want, so I don't think I want Kepler necessarily. So I'm going to get Copernicus, actually. I already have enough DD cards, I think, in my hand. I don't think I need any more. So we're going to go for our boy Copernicus. This will let me set up my Lamia. We can use that for some synchros later. But for now, we'll go ahead and start off with our boy, good old Garugamesh. And we should be good. Set up some scales, all the good stuff. Alrighty. Alright. Let's see. I mean, part of me thinks I should try other pendulum scales, but really go for a 0 and a 10 scale is really good. You know what I mean? That's like really good. And I don't want to waste up my Doom Queen, because that would be just silly for me to do. Let's see. 0 scale. There you are. Just set up the boys. And we'll be good. Let's see. And I can revive my Lamia when I need to. So extra deck. Oh yeah, hand. And then extra deck. Yes. This way I can start off with a synchro. I can start off with a big beat stick. And my Griffin will allow me to draw another card. I just gotta ditch one of these spare dark contracts. Alright. Let's see here. What do I need to send a DD from the hand? Oh, well, slime has to be in the hand. Okay. Alright. Okay. Also, I just realized I need. Oh, wait a minute. What level is Siegfried? Was he? Wait. Am I being dumb? Yeah, I'm being dumb. I need a 7 for that. Alright. Not necessarily perfect, but it's what it is. So, let's go ahead and set up. Let's see. Hand or face up on the field of the graveyard. Do I want to get rid of one of these? Let's see. Do I need the dark contract with the dog right now? That's a hard one. Like, I want to do more, but I feel like if I do too much, I will screw myself over, which is fully possible to do in DDDs. Sometimes you do so much that you forget where you're going. Let's see. Can I summon anybody cool right now? Not yet, but I can make Machina, and it'll actually use the darn thing, so I'll go ahead and make Deuce Machinex. Set up a couple of cards, and we should be. I mean, I've literally filled out the board. The only thing I could have still done is play my gosh darn field spell. So I would call that pretty set up right there. I've got a Poppin. Oh, quite juice. Specifically the OG kaiju, which is bad, but actually that's really bad, because now I can't use my dark con... Oh, wait. No, I can still use this. Oh yeah, that is a special summon, Lava Golem, that's true. I always think that's a normal summon, but no, he stops my opponent from normal summoning. Also, why is Kaiba playing Lava Golem? Explain that. That's Merrick's card. Merrick Ishtar. No relationship to Merrick Blishtar. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Either way, so this is some sort of trolley burn deck, which, meh, whatever. I'll live with it, I guess. Maybe. Possibly. Let me double check. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to interrupt my nonsense, young man, I'm going to interrupt your face. So let's go ahead and blow up. Ah, wrong card. I hit the wrong one, Jim. Okay, well, if I'm taking damage, it'll be from myself. Thank you. I will take damage, but only from my own cards. Let's see. I really wish I could ditch the cards on my field for this, but regrettably, I cannot. I could destroy Dark Contract, but I'm going to keep it around for a turn. You never know. I might need the darn thing. It's fully possible. Alright, take all the damage. That's totally fine. So now we're going to activate our Dark Contract once more. And I'm going to get the other DDD. I'm going to get my one king. Good old King Requiem. Love having that boy around. So what we're going to do... Let me think about it. Let's activate our Dark Contract. Kepler, I already have enough DD contracts on the board. I don't need you anymore. Drowning Mirror! Okay. Alright, I see. You're a killer, aren't you? You're one of them jokey joke folk. I see. I see. You're going to try that on me. Okay. Alright, let's summon out all the boys. All the biggest boys. The biggest boys. I'm just going to run this dude over. Alright, well, with a duel like this, we definitely need to go for a fourth duel of the day. Because this is literally just me beating up some random troll player. Which is fun to do. But at the same time, I feel like we would be better served, like, dueling other folk. So, I'm just going to add extra Surveyor, just because I feel like it. There's no real purpose in doing it. I'm just doing it. So, let's battle the phase. We're going to end this duel by knocking him out with his own Lava Golem. And we'll go ahead into a fourth duel, because there's still more that this deck can do. Alright, everybody, it's time for our fourth opponent to the final fourth, the last chance at romance. And ladies and gentlemen, our luck has ran out. We don't get to go first again. Oh, well, at least the opening hand's good enough. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, whenever you start off with the Dark Card, like, your searcher in general, it's always good, so I'll take it. I mean, Machinex or the... my brain farted. I don't like it. Alrighty, well, this makes matters complicated. One troll deck apparently was not enough. Now the trolls have returned to take me out. Alright. I mean, that's definitely not good. That's like really bad. Alright, Dark Contract with the Gate. Let's see, I always have waters. Obviously, I have no water monsters in my deck. Does it look like I have water monsters in my deck? Because I don't. But if I have to slowly but surely whittle him down. Unfortunately for this man, I've used a whittling knife before, therefore I know what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and use Machinex here. We'll set up the Doom Dog, which I can't use until I get rid of this, but I'll set up anyway. I'm just going to set it up anyway. Let's see, is there anything else I should do here? Let's see. No. End turn, I suppose. There's nothing else I can do. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do. My old friend Summon Breaker. I do know this card. It's pretty nasty if you don't read it. Also, it's Pachycephalo, but you're an idiot, so that's what you get. Did you forget your own trap, little boy? I think you did. Also, I'm about to break your kneecaps. No offense, but your kneecaps offend me. So get your kneecaps out of here, little boy. Alright, so Skate Surveyor hits the graveyard, and I get to return Machinex to my hand and use it again. Very nice. Not that I'm going to use it again, but, I can. Anyway, so my opponent has chosen death. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take our damage. I want to pop some more of this guy's stuff. I don't really want him to not well, I don't want him to have this, basically. He can keep the Clockwork Knight. He can keep the Summon Breaker. I do not care. Because I know how to get around Summon Breaker. It's not that complicated. So first things first, we're going to activate our Dark Contract, ditch our patent license, and get rid of the strap card, because I don't like it. However, this will also activate patent license, and allow me to recapture my Scale Surveyor. Very nice indeed. Let's enter the battle phase. And then go to the main phase 2, because now that I've done that, now I don't need to worry about Summon Breaker. This only works with things summoned out in main phase 1. Very important. Again, if I wasn't paying attention to what this card said, that would be a problem. But because I paid attention to it, I've played this thing before, I know how it works, I don't need to worry about it. So let's go ahead and get Kipper. And let's go ahead and special summon Scale Surveyor. Because I can do that because I happen to have a monster on the board. What say ye to that, troll man? I have destroyed your opening salvo, and Surveyor is level 4 now. Not that it matters. It's just an effect he has right now. It's not even relevant. But either way, Gilgamesh, do your thing. Solemn Johnson. Well, specifically, it's his cousin, Solemn Jimmy. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and summon out Copernicus. I mean, this makes things a little more complicated, but it's not too bad. There's a lot of things. Let's go, where is Necro Slime? There he is. We got a high-level boy in the graveyard? No, that's the one bad thing about Necro Slime and going for, like, Great King Genghis. This is why I would prefer to have, like, Swirl Slime in my hand. Probably, oh wait, no. I can do that right now. I forgot I haven't activated. I forgot I had forgotten to activate that. So, okay, I can still do stuff. I can still do things. Let's get Swirly Slime. And give this dude a Swirly. Alright, we'll activate Swirl Slime. Fusing with Zero Lapras into Flame King High Genghis. Like so. Then we'll do all of that. And now, I'll use Necro Slime's effect to fusion summon into other Genghis. Using him and good old Gilgamesh, we'll summon out Genghis. And because we summoned a boy out, we get to bring back a Swirly Slime. Now, unfortunately, there's no one else to bring back, so Genghis won't be doing anything just yet. But he's ready. He's ready, nice and ready. Let's go ahead and use big old Genghis. And we'll go in for Machinex. So I can negate, or I can, stop my opponent's stuff. The usual stuff. And that will do it. This guy wanted to stop me so bad. If he had remembered his own cards, he would have been fine. If he had not played, if he had not played that mother flippin' there can be only one trap, he would have been fine. He could have had Pachycephalo and Torrent Statue. It would have taken forever to dig out of that. But he was a foolish fool. Also, what is the point of summoning that okay, I guess you can beat over a monster or whatever. Does it look like I care? I don't. Get rid of that face down card. I don't trust it. No cracking down for you, sir. Alright. This goes to show the DDDs, you might be able to hand trap him to death, or at least to some degree, but you're not going to be doing much else, okay? Remind me, Machinex, what you're trying to do during the standby. What are you trying to do? Once per chain, monster card, I don't remember this guy having another effect. What does he do? During my standby, I can put him in the Pendulum Zone, which, I could. Ooh, we can make Kali Yuga again, yes. Okay, this is going to seem really dumb to do, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can. Alright, so, yeah, I only need 500 life points. I only need 500 life points to take you down third. I just gotta remember that I can only summon 3 times. So, once, twice, you're dead. Got it. All's good in the hood. Alright, let's activate the Dark Contract with the gate. I'm starting to think I might have shot myself in the foot. Potentially. That's fine, though. I can shoot myself in the leg all I want. We're fine. Let's go ahead and get Lapras. Just for the heck of it. And now we'll set up a, let's see. Yeah. We'll set up DDD Chaos King Apocalypse. And then activate Dark Contract here, ditching Zero Laplace and destroying his barrier statue of the Torrent. So now we're all good in that respect. Let's go ahead and activate our Doggy Cod. We'll blow up DD Swirl Slime. And, oh wait, I did screw myself up just now. I got greedy. Okay. I can still do the thing I want to do. Okay, here's what I do. Summon Doom King Armageddon. Will not be doing that. We will be summoning at Kali Yuga. Stopping all my opponents' everything. And then I'm just going to go ahead and... Let me think. Because that's negated now. That's negated now. That's negated now. So let's special summon a couple of big old boys. Because now he can't stop me from doing this. And it'll be good. Kali Yuga! I'm going to have to redo the thumbnail because this guy is like... He's the king. That's what he does. Alright, so let's go ahead and just wipe out the back row. Just to hedge bets, and that will be game. Alright. Troll Slayer Kali. Alright, very good. Alright, let's go for the end screen, folks. Let's show off a good most of this deck. I think that'll be good for today. Alright, everybody. So, our DDD deck for today, we did pretty gosh darn well today. I mean, we didn't get to play against the meta. I was expecting some meta folk to show up, because that's how the pro goes sometimes. But sometimes, it just goes a lot trollier, because there was a lot of troll decks today. So, we got to show off a good chunk of what this deck wants to do, you know? Oh boy, Alchemist, you know, you wanted to try the new stuff. You also wanted to try some of the more niche things, and I do appreciate that. So, we got to see a little bit of everything. Yeah, we got, there's a few things we didn't get to see today, unfortunately. Like, let's see, who did we not get to see? We didn't get to see, like, the big fusion monsters, unfortunately, but they're really hard to summon, so that's okay. Because our deck did pretty darn good all around. We got to get out the monsters, we got the contract signed, we got the deal closed. I also managed to go the whole episode without making a single Donald Trump joke. So, I'm proud of myself for that one. So, I hope everybody enjoyed seeing some DDD action today. If you did, don't forget to hit all the good buttons down below. It helps the channel out a lot. I know I need to fix the audio still, because I keep trying to. I got to make some buys online, so maybe I'll try for another microphone. I keep trying with this one, but either way, here's the deck list for everyone who wants to play DDDs and just try out the build that we had. So for our deck, playing a lot of 2-ofs today. We have 2 copies of Supreme Sovereign Emperor Zero Paradox, 2 copies of Zero King Rage, 2 copies of Zero Replace, 2 copies of King Armageddon, 2 copies of Queen Machinax, which could honestly be 3 because it's really that good, 2 copies of Vice King Requiem, 2 copies of Ragnarok, 2 copies Surveyor, 2 copies Thomas, 2 copies of Maxwell, 2 King Apocalypse, 2 copies Newton, 2 copies of Dog, 2 copies of Extra Surveyor, 2 copy Griffin, 2 copy Copernicus, 2 Night Howls, 2 Ghosts, 2 Swirl Slimes, 2 Surveyor, 2 Necro Slime, 2 Lamias, and 2 this guy. We got 2 copies of Dark Contract with Zero King, 2 copies Dark Contract Gate, 2 copies of Dark Contract Patent License, 2 copies of DDD Headhunt, 2 copies of Eternal Darkness, 2 copies of the Contract with the Witch, and 2 copies of DD Reroll. For our extra deck, we are not playing any 2-ofs. We're playing 1 copy of everybody. Garugamesh, Ragnarok, we have Wave King Caesar, Wave King High Caesar, we have Doom King Dark Armageddon, good old Kali Yuga. We have, where's his name? King Deuce Machinax, 1 copy of Gust King Alexander, 1 Cursed King Siegfried, 1 Gust King High Alexander, 1 Super Doom King Bright Armageddon, we have Genghis Flame, we have High Genghis, we have 1 Super Doom King Purple Armageddon, and of course our penultimate boss, which we sadly didn't get to see because he needs a lot to do, is DDDD, Dimension King Arc Crisis. For the side deck, and these are just totally optional things if you want to, if you find yourself in a grind game, or you really want to screw with people, we got all the virus traps in here, which, you know, DDDs are already complicated enough for myself, so I kept it simple. But you can include things like Full Force Virus, Deck Devastation Virus, Eradicator Epithermic Virus, Crush Card, Grinning Grave Virus. Because remember, you tribute your monsters to play these, they go back to the extra deck, and then you can activate them, or you can bring the monsters right back. It's really cool. But, you know, I want to keep it straightforward for this one, but yeah, it's an option there. So, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Next time, I've lost, where's my list? I've forgotten my list. I don't remember the list right now. I think, if I remember correctly, was it Rat? I know I got the reactor deck too. Totally professional right here. There we go. We're playing for hires next. I gotta finish that deck. We gotta play for hires, X-Saber, the other deck on the Discord I forgot about almost, and then we got to finally play the Ninja deck. So that's gonna be that's what we're doing. So thanks for watching. Memphis signing out. See you guys next time. Till next time, stay safe, happy, have a good one.